I had a six-figure salary, a prestigious job, and a juicy bonus. On paper, I should have been happy. In reality, I was overweight, almost broke, and quite miserable. It's because I was following an old broken set of rules for success. In this video, I'm tearing up that rule book and building a new one. The old set of rules was that your time and skills are valuable. Find an employer and sell your skills for money. This is not good enough. Not anymore. We're living in the time of change from the industrial to digital economy. Most of us were not trained for the digital economy. We were trained for the industrial economy. We were told not to be disruptive, but it's the disruptors that make the most money. We were told not to be attention seekers, but attention seekers make much more money than most of us. The new rules are entrepreneurship, intellectual property, media, and technology. So let's talk about each. Entrepreneurship is quite simple. You've got to be your own boss. You've got to work for yourself. Intellectual property means you need to own an asset. And it's so difficult to own assets right now. Everything's so expensive. Houses, stocks, you want to buy Bitcoin, it's like $120,000 US. So expensive. But you need to own the asset. And what is the asset that we all have? It's ourselves. It's intellectual property, media. The traditional media is television, right? But who's watching television now? I mean, some people do. The latest data that came out from YouTube is that almost 50% of YouTube watchers are watching YouTube on their television. On that television, on smart TVs. Yeah, people still use phones, but they're using television now to watch YouTube. Technology. That goes without saying. There's so much of it now. There's internet, there's apps, there's artificial intelligence, large language models, ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Grok. There's so much. It's hard to keep up. But these are the new rules. Are these new rules applicable to energetic and ambitious people only? Or does that apply to everyone? I think the answer is the latter. Let me make a few points, and let's see whether I need to prove that to you, or do you believe me just like that? 9 to 5 is not good enough anymore. Does that require proof? Not for me. Middle class is eroding. Is that true? I'm supposed to be middle class. Am I happy? No. I want to make serious changes I'm making changes to my life. So I don't think that needs to be proved. Costs of living have skyrocketed. Whoa, do I need to prove that? Try to buy auto insurance now. The prices are skyrocketing. Try to buy a house. What about rent? A few years ago, I used to rent a basement for $800 a month. What is the rent now? $2,000? More? Try to buy a house. It's going to be at least double that on your expenses, monthly expenses, more than double. So the costs of living have skyrocketed. AI technologies are at our doorstep. Now, this one is a little bit tricky because we all hear about AI. In fact, we're probably using AI. Many of us are using AI on a daily basis. But is AI really that important in our lives? Okay, that's a good question. And I think the answer to this is the industry itself is not quite sure. On one hand, you do have ChatGPT, which you can use like the search engine. On the other hand, you have those frontier models that are developed in the labs, and they have their own pissing contest in terms of the benchmarks that they hit between the Grok and the Gemini. And so these are things that are approaching the smartest humans in the world, like PhD level humans. Some professions will be extinct soon. I think it's a matter of fact. It's not happening widely yet, but I think there are some professions, those mundane, repetitive professions, I think they're going to be extinct. Think about it. If you're a copywriter, if that's all you're doing, well, ChatGPT is much better. You put in a request, you put in the prompt, it'll give you a book. So I think those rules are applicable to everyone. Many people are not pursuing their dreams because they have so much value around them. They're distracted by the immense volume of information that hits them. Slow down. Take a deep breath. Keep calm and start thinking about it. 3 simple questions. Where are you now? Where do you want to go? How do you get there? Don't be afraid. Dial down your emotions. Stay calm and think rationally. This is how it works for me, because it is scary. It could be overwhelming. Plant the first seeds in your head. Let it germinate. Sleep it over. Your brain is very powerful, still more powerful than any artificial intelligence. You'll be surprised how smart you are. Absorb more information, learn, meet new people, and one day you'll get there. The scary truth, $1 million isn't much anymore. The good news, that means it's easier than ever to make that first million. On the more serious note, the $1 million idea is that you are the key. Whatever you're selling is probably not better than what everyone else is selling. That's hard truth. However, if people like who you are, they will buy what you have. Your personal brand is your leverage. You need to understand yourself and what makes you, you. Focus on what you're good at and double down on it. With some exceptions, most money is made with old ideas. Let's use some examples. The really ancient one, California gold rush. Most money was made on picks and shovels. Yeah, there were some people that dug up the ground and they recovered gold and they got rich, but most people didn't. But all those people that didn't, they did have picks and shovels. So who made all the money during the California gold rush? It's the people who sold picks and shovels. Let's use another example, Walmart. Sam Walton didn't invent discounting. At the time, when he was trying to organize his business, there were a lot of discount stores. However, what Sam Walton did, he industrialized the discounting stores. Another example, Xerox. Does this company still exist? It does. And this company, Xerox, it's very well known for what? For laser printing. Well, what about Windows, icon, mouse? This was all invented by Xerox. But who commercialized it? Windows, icons, mouse. It was commercialized by Apple. Speaking of old ideas. And what about now? Everybody talks about artificial intelligence, AI, and billion-dollar, trillion-dollar valuations. It's insane. A lot of people are saying it's an AI bubble right now. But guess what? Lots of money is going to be made in data centers and compute. And what is data centers? It's real estate. So smart people are building the data centers now. This is what all those deals are that you hear about, the $1 billion, this and that. They're building new data centers. It's real estate. Simple as that. That's where the money is going to be made. Because AI itself, does it make money? Does it make that much? That's a good question. Most likely, your initial idea for a business won't be good. So we need to listen to Ray Dalio. Ray Dalio is a famous investor who is sharing his advice on life. He wrote books, right? He says, pain plus perseverance equals progress. Your business must be unique, valuable, and scalable. Your unique solution is based on your own knowledge or insight. Your valuable solution is created by your business for your customers. It must be scalable, not inherently limited for growth. There are 3 successful business ingredients: supply, demand, and leverage. And let's talk about the leverage. There are 5 levels of leverage: personal, labor, media, capital, and technology. Let's talk about each from easiest to most difficult. So the first is personal leverage. Relationships, partnerships, reputation, your brand. You have your own skills, mindset, discipline, systems. All of this are the examples of your personal leverage that you can use. You can use personal routines, your own energy, time management techniques, productivity habits, collaborations with other people. These are all examples of personal leverage you can use. Labor leverage, working for someone else. Then you work for yourself. Then you can hire people to do routine minutiae while you focus on high-level strategy. This is an example of leveraging labor in different circumstances. Media leverage, product scaling without extra effort, basic AI tools, digital asset, digital content. Example, writing a book, building online course, launching a YouTube channel. Each piece keeps working even while you sleep. Capital leverage, deploying other people's capital. Investors, banks, markets. What are the examples? Raising funds for a startup, using mortgage to scale real estate holdings, investing in income-producing assets, reinvesting your earnings. These are all examples of capital leverage. And finally, technology leverage, which is the hardest thing to do. This is when the products are scaled without extra effort, when you have software, complex AI tools, applications. The good examples are building an app, opening AI agency. Again, each piece keeps working even while you sleep. The latest example I could think of is Cal AI, a teenager who created an app on the iPhone. Basically, you make a picture of your food and it gives you the number of calories so you can track it. How simple is that? How brilliant is that? The guy makes $50,000, $100,000 a month. That's an example. That's an example of technology leverage. So remember, when it comes to money making, leverage is the name of the game. If you like the content, smash the like and subscribe buttons and check out the wealth formula video right here. It's the foundation for everything we covered today.